Wake up, wake up, wake up. It is the Mega Media Morning Show. And I am Auntie Shar with the sports. And you know I'm the Auntie with a Y because we're going to talk about, yes, my nephew again. Yes, I got to talk about it because as I was watching college football this weekend, I noticed Arch Manning, to be specific, that they were showing commercials and they had all these things to say before he even hit the field, how he was, another coming of the Mannings, all these great things that they talked about. They were giving you his stats from high school, not from college, because this game that we saw this past Saturday was actually the first time he started. So the last time that he played, because I remember seeing him, I believe it was last year, and I was letting my husband know, hey, that's a Manning out there. He wasn't even the starter when I seen him playing in that game. I want to talk about, from my auntie's perspective, all the hype and all the things that they were talking about this young man because of the namesake. I want to talk about that. And I want to talk about how I really feel about that. Because they came for Shedeur. Yes, they did. Not only Shedeur, we got to throw Shiloh in there too. Like, because of the name, they were going to get some things just handed to them. And we know for a fact that my nephews have been doing this all of their life. But let's go back to Mr. Arch Manning, the young man who is now starting. Let's talk about how that they were saying all these, I'm talking about different commentators. They were saying all these great things about him. But then when he got in there and started in that game, you heard many say he laid an egg. It was a bad game. It was not a good game. When I saw some potential or some things happening, I believe it was in the fourth quarter. Wait a minute, let me throw an audible. Babe, was it the fourth quarter?
You definitely the fourth quarter.
Okay, I believe it was in the fourth quarter, and I believe it was like the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game when they finally scored because they were down 14 points. Okay, so after the game, right, you had the commentators talking about things like they didn't expect for him to win that against Ohio State. But wait a minute, before he played the game, they were talking about Heisman talk and talking about all the stats and how great he was because of him being a Manning, right? He got a $6 million NIL deal. And if it ain't exactly $6 million, it's either a little under or a little over. But he got a higher NIL deal than my nephew did, and he got it because of the namesake. You can't tell me anything different because that's what it was. Not only that, I didn't see not one commercial, but I seen 2 montage and all of that before the game just actually even started because he was a Manning, right? So after he stunk up the joint, yes, he stunk up the joint, whether it was bad coaching, bad plays, nerves, whatever the case may be, he stunk. He sure did. But the grace that was given to him because this was his first starting game, right? Not only that, what else were they saying? Oh, he didn't do bad or nobody expecting him to win against Ohio State. Miss me with all of that because we know my nephew, I'm talking about Shedeur Sander, who was picked in the 5th round, and we all know why, because of the namesake, right? Because they're already saying, and this young man ain't even ready to go to pros yet, but they're already saying that he's going to be a first round pick. If I'm wrong, I need to know that in the comments, but I'm pretty sure y'all heard it just like I did because I know I've been hearing it. This ain't the first time that I heard it. I was hearing this before the young man even started as a quarterback. I am just saying all of this to say Shedeur earned every single thing. That Sanders name or him earned every single thing that he should be getting. Mr. Arch Manning, to be honest, the things is being handed to him because he is.
I got a question. I got to talk about how they compared. No, I need you to compare this whack game Arch had to Shedeur Sander's last whack game.
I'm so glad you said that because, truthfully, Shedeur didn't have a whack game. It would appear that way or seem that way to us. But Arch, when he got in there, he started with his first streamers, or he started with the football players that was going to be playing with him all season long, that he practiced with and everything. When Shedeur got in there, the people that he got in there with, we all know was the people who got cut from the Browns organization, period. So the plays and everything that was drawn up and made up for Arch and for him to shine and to look a certain type of way on tape, forever, whatever, we know that that's how it went down. But when Arch played this whack game, they want to talk about basically, it'll be okay. He's going to get better. He's not a bad player. But when Shedeur so-called had a bad game, they basically was trying to say he wasn't as good as he's supposed to. But when we know Shedeur has been shown and proven from, if you want to even, let's even go before Jackson, because just like they're letting you know how Arch was doing and letting you know his scores and how he got down to his stats in high school, go check Shedeur's track record. Let's check it all the way back to Pee Wee. Now, let's not go there. So Shedeur proved himself from this high to this high, and from college to the pro. So
that's right.
It is what it is. All right. I went there and said that because we do read the comments. May not respond to all of them, but we do read them. Okay? So Auntie Shar, Auntie with the Y, I got to tell you why. So it was a comment that was saying, well, what about when the Shedeur gravy train is gone? Like, if you don't have anything else to talk about, because now he is the third string quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some Auntie Shar realness in it. I am a real football fan. Okay? I do the Akron local news here in Akron, Ohio. Check the pedigree. Go back and look at our pages and see what it is. I am a real sports fan. I lightweight had to let my producer, or convince the producer, that I could do this show by me being a female, because we all know that most men do not want to hear women talk about sports. But you're talking to a real sports fan. You're talking to someone who's going to look up my stats. I'm going to look up all of the information. I'm not just going to just abbreviate and give you whatever. I'm going to talk to you from my auntie's perspective, and I'm going to talk to you from the local news broadcaster perspective. So not only am I going to always big up Shedeur, Shiloh, and the Sanders family, I'm going to always talk about football, because this is what season it is. It is football season. Now with that, let's talk about some college football. Okay, so Colorado Buffs and Georgia Tech. All right, the Buffs did not win. They lost to Georgia Tech 20-27. So Georgia Tech came out on top. Let me go ahead and check out my notes that I had wrote down. I have down here that the quarterback for Georgia Tech, which was Haynes King, he had 156 yards, 3 touchdowns, 13 out of 20.
156 yards rushing. That's
156 yards rushing. Yep, 3 touchdowns. He had 13 completions out of 20. Even though they had a rocky start, because in his first 3 possessions, it was Colorado was able to get turnovers. They only were able to capitalize off of 1. And I was telling to my husband, I did not like that, because they should have at least got that. Yes, they got 1 touchdown, but to me, you should have got 1 or 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Now, that's just my personal opinion, looking at seeing how things played out. Now, what I will say, in my humble opinion, and what I seen with my own 2 eyes, seeing that Shedeur is not there, seeing that Travis was not there, I did notice the playing style was a little different. Then when I went and did a little bit of reading, come to find out that offensive line, that handful that's there, it's totally new, except for maybe 1 or 2 players. And the same thing for their defense, because I also noticed the defense and offense look a little bit more buffer than it did 2 years ago, because this is Deion's 3rd year in Colorado. Then they have 2 players that's on the team. They said these 2 is going to compensate for that 1 of Travis Hunter. So the way that they played, even though they lost, I still thought it was a good, exciting game. I was disappointed that they did not capitalize off of the turnovers, but I do believe that this season is looking promising, and I do believe This right here will give Deion that shine that he needs to get to show that he can take other players other than his son. Because don't forget, a Heisman Trophy winner came up out of Colorado, up under Deion. Let's not forget there's what, 3, 4? Is it 4? There's 4 right now NFL players in the NFL that came out of Colorado. And I am super excited to see this new era that he has right now, to see how they are going to do and where they are going to go. Do I expect for their season to look like it did last year because of the new players? No, I do not. But I expect for it to come at least a little close to it because of the coaching staff that is there. But we also watched Michael Vick and his coaching debut. And what we noticed with that, hey, no pun intended, because we love Michael Vick over here. But to me, in my humble opinion, it looked like a high school football team. I'm talking about Michael Vick's team playing a college team. And I looked at it as, well, is this a scrimmage game or a practice game, getting them ready to play college football? Because in my humble opinion, the quarterback or the players over there on Michael Vick's team, they was playing against a freshman quarterback against their opposing team, and it did not look so hot for them. So I will be watching closely for that to let you guys know what's going on. So make sure you stay tuned in because each week, whether it be the NFL or whether it be college football, you're going to get it every which way but loose. Now, before I get out of here, I wanted to give a shout out. Yes, I got to give a shout out to our local vendors here in the Northeastern Ohio area, where I get all of my fly NFL gear from, except for the Shedeur shirt that you guys see me. I got that from when we went to the practice camp. I got that from Berea. Yeah. So let's give some big shout outs to our vendors here, because they keep us fresh over here. So I want to give a big shout out to Ohio Everything. You can find them on Facebook, and that is Tom and Jason. B&M, like me, goodies. And you can say, hey, Mike, Shar sent me here. Also to Walt Robinson on Facebook, say, Auntie Shar said for me to get my gear from you. You don't have to just be here in this area. You can reach out to them on Facebook, wherever you are, and get your gear. As you guys see, I have on a pink Shedeur Sander shirt. And Breast Cancer Month is coming up next month. Stay tuned, because I will keep you guys all in the loop on everybody who is celebrating or making you aware of how to support us breast cancer survivors. Until next time, it's your Auntie Shar with the Y, because I'm going to always big up my nephews. Till next time, I'll see you later.
Hello, I'm George Carter. I'm with Akron Local News. As you know, we paint positive images of our people every day. We are powered by the Reporter newspaper and the reporternewspaperonline.com. If you have a business or an entity that you wish to have advertised via this outlet, we are more than happy to accommodate you. We can get your information in everyone's hand that comes in contact with our site. So just contact the Reporter newspaper online at 330-535-7061, and they will get that information to everyone who needs to hear it. Thank you. Have a good day.
This has been a podcast from the Mega Media Social Media Network.